these turning spiral movements. Of course, first you need to identify which rib cage moving first, which moving second. So as you always remember that we start to go this leg back, we have to put your left rib cage forward, then your leg going back, then the hips start to change. And as your hip changing, you see my right rib cage already forward. And the moment I land, you see now I'm ready to do my spiral, and my rib cage, in this case my right, will lead my spiral. And for the spiral, remember to bend your knee to the maximum. As you bend your knee to the maximum, let this rib cage lead your step. But guess what? Next one is a pivot. So the same rib cage gonna lead your pivot, because rib cage are leading every movement in any way. And now from here, process repeat. So for you, point number one, start movements with the rib cage, and then point number two, bend your knee to the maximum, not just drag your leg here. Rib cage 90-degree, then you send your leg back. You see, as you send your leg back, hip going. Now my right rib cage already active. So now here, right hip leading the spiral, and now right rib cage leading this leg. Always remember, leg can never be outside of the body. Your rib cage always leading this leg. So rib cage, maximum bending of the knee, step. And now as your hip wanna lands here, you're gonna use the same rib cage to pivot, and a little bit faster. And walk, and walk, and walk, and walk. And now for your lesson today, as I was explaining you already, that the most important for you to learn to dance rib cage first, leg second, hip third. So let's say if I'm here, you see, I have a rib cage, then hip. Now from here, as this hip reach its destination, I'm already activating my other rib cage, then leg, and only then hip. And remember, the rib cage has to be constantly covering our leg. So leg should never go outside of the body. And the good example for you also, as I give you before, let's say if I'm standing here and I want to step over there with my left leg, I would never go with the leg. You would have to already start activating your left rib cage. Leg is reaching, then it takes your leg forward, then the hip comes in. Like for example, now I want to, from my right leg, step over there. See my hip releasing. Now this hip, by going back, it helps me to already activate my right rib cage, and then my leg follows. So wherever I want to go, I always direct my rib cage there, leg, then hip. Even backward. Rib cage, leg, then hip. Now I want to go forward. Rib cage, leg, hip. Now I want to go side. Rib cage, leg, then hip. Now I want to pivot. Have rib cage, then hip, because leg already there. I want to step back. Rib cage, leg, then hip. Now I want to do spiral. I would never just turn my hips. I have to do rib cage, then leg, then hip. I want to do pivot. Rib cage, in this case, hip. So these movements of the rib cage are the most important.